Good morning, Jake from Feather Archery here in Hillsdale, Michigan. Let's take a look at some of the things that we can do when we practice setting up our bow arm to help make sure that we are setting this bow arm correctly for a nice, consistent, steady shot. We'll start off by saying when you're shooting, you want your shoulders to be nice and relaxed and you want them to be low. So you don't want high shoulders, you don't want them under tension or under pressure. You want them relaxed and low. We want to keep them nice and low through the shot, and one of the ways that we can do that is to actually have a swooping motion when we draw our bow, and that is knock your arrow, clip your release on your D-loop, put a little tension on it, and we're basically going to do a little bit of a pull with our release to pull that bow up and swoop with that front arm. When we do this, we want a little bit of weight on the front foot versus our back foot, so probably a 60-40 split. You'll almost find that it is natural when you swoop like this or lift your bow in this manner that it's almost natural to put a little more weight on that front foot. It's kind of hard to do it comfortably if you're leaning back. So a little bit of weight on that front foot, a little bit of pressure pulling with our release, not a lot, just a little bit to help lift that bow up while keeping that front shoulder down, okay? When we do that, and as you pull, everything is nice and steady. It's really hard to pull that front arm backwards and pull through your shot. What we'll find is an archer that sky draws will tend to have a high shoulder, and if you have a high shoulder and you pull into that shot, what you'll do is you almost create a pivot point right here in your shoulder, and you'll get that dreaded pin bob, okay? So keep that arm and shoulder low and swoop forward with your bow to prevent that. Don't go too high, bring that shoulder too high. Go up about as high as your target when you draw your bow back, okay? And then the other one is the push-pull, where you bring that bow in like this and you push the bow out and pull at the same time. You're putting that shoulder under tremendous pressure when you push out like that. So we want to stay away from that form flaw as well. Another thing that we should watch, keep an eye on your youth archers that are growing. They may have this motion down, but as they are growing, instead of collapsing this arm and keeping the shoulder down, what they may be doing is keeping this arm stiff, and they may be slowly but surely pushing this shoulder up. So you got to keep an eye on those draw lengths on those youth archers that are growing and make sure that you're watching that front shoulder as they shoot, just in case you got to increase that draw length to eliminate that. And then to practice this, I like to either step up to the line and just practice it, or if you catch me walking around the shop some days, I'll actually just be swinging my arms forward so I can kind of just retain this motion of how to draw my bow. You won't see me doing this number ever. And then I'll stand at the line and put my bow in my hand. No arrow knocked, not drawing the bow. Just pick the bow up, let it back down. Pick the bow up, let it back down. Do that 10-15 times as well. So anything to retain that muscle memory, and when I draw my bow up, I want my shoulders low and relaxed. So, thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave those below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and check us out at featherarchery.com for any of your archery needs.